Today the main topic that we are going to discuss is about observability and how you can fit the observability part into your actual software development lifecycle and how much important it is to do so. So I am Alagasandana Krishnan from Manage Engine. So I do product management basically. So my name is quite large. So people usually ask me, call me Ask. So you can ask me anything. Okay, so Managing is basically a part of Zoho Corporation. So I believe few of you might have heard of Zoho. So that's the tagline that we say, made in India, but made for world. So this is a small route map or the journey map that we have gone so far. So 1996 is when Zoho is officially born. So 2002 Manage Engine, a main vertical of Zoho is born, and the first product which got released is Applications Manager. So it's a simply monitoring and observability tool. And 2006, so we had the SaaS on-demand version of the same got released. So it is Site 24/7. And from that till now, we have gone so far into it. So we have developed so many features into the observability part. And today we stand like a full-fledged observability tool in the market. So this is just a glimpse of what Manage Engine is capable of. So we have various domains which we have products launched into, starting with IT operations management, enterprise management, security management, device management, so on. So we have very depth in the market. So as I said, so under Manage Engine, here we are representing the IT operations management tool. So in which we have both on-premise and on-demand version. So the on-premise version is Manage Engine, Applications Manager, and the on-demand version is Site 24/7. So we are almost 20 plus years currently in the market, and we are private since inception. And of course, we are profitable too. Okay. So this is the main agenda. So it's very much simple. So we are going to start with observability and how it is going to fit into the SDLC process, and how are we going to monitor as a code, and furthermore into the monitoring aspects. So modern tech stack has evolved so much that we have like these are the four main variants of the tech stack currently we have. So infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and function as a service, and the SaaS one. So we as a user or a developer or an engineer, so we care only about the main software that we are going to work on, or the application that we are going to build. So based on the variant that we are choosing upon. But in any in each of the case, the one that you have to take more care of is the actual functionality or the performance of the application that you're going to deliver to your end users. So that's where observability comes into play. So observability and monitoring may look similar or may sound similar, but most of you might know the exact difference or that lies in. So these three pillars make observability more stronger. So metrics, trace, logs. So all of this together will give you a more powerful observability tool as such. So this is just a basic overview how, so we are now entering into the software development lifecycle. So this is just a basic overview of how the software development lifecycle would look like, and these are the simplified process. So if we are going to have the observability part at the end, so what we are going to lose is that, so there could be a few functionality issues or the performance issues that we are going to only find at the end of the cycle. So once it gets delivered to your end users. But if we can use this shift left observability, this might look like this. So if we are going to insert the observability part right after the testing phase, so that you will get the immediate feedback from the internal users itself, so that you can improve your applications before it get released and launches to your end user. So that is what we are going to propose about. So just an example. So let's say you are going to inject the instrumentation part or the observability part into your application during the code phase and while testing before release. So you might have found out this particular issue where it says uninstrumented block of code. So you can easily fix this before the deployment, which is going to be awesome, right? So basically observability brings end-to-end usability like this kind of. So what we are going to do is we are going to continuously collect whatever key performance indicators that is necessary and monitor the end performance of the application and analyze this, so which is going to probably help you to meet all the SLAs and SLOs that are required. Okay, so now since as an observability part, so we have injected the code during the development phase itself and we have everything in place before the deployment. But there is always a case where you are going to face issues once it has launched to the end users. So we are definitely going to concentrate on resolving issues, but there is more than that. So we have to resolve the user experience issues. Because so assume that you have everything in place, starting with the server, the database, the network, the firewall, everything is in place. You have a perfect working application. But what if after it is delivered to your user or the whatever customer that you have, if they are not having a proper user experience, what is going to happen? So the product may not look fruitful and the user may not turn out good. So that's where digital experience monitoring or user experience monitoring comes in handy. So again, so the monitoring tool as a monitoring tool or an observability tool, you will always expect to report the critical alarms to you. So, but what if it can report sorry, the XMR is placed due to resolution, I guess. So what if it can do critical actions as well? And what if it can automate the critical actions that you want? So consider this scenario where you automate an action if there is no backup that has happened, that is scheduled to happen in 12 hours or so. It is not happening, you are going to trigger an alarm. But more than that, if you can automate the action to trigger an automatic schedule option, so that's what observability tools are expected to do. And a whole full-fledged application observability tool might have all of these in place, starting with the metrics traces which you have discussed so far, alerting, and up to the reports and dashboard that are very much useful to you as an engineer to analyze your application, how your application performs. So this would be my recommendation. Like instead of doing the monitoring or observability phase at the end of deployment, you can inject the code part that is necessary for monitoring during the development phase itself. And you can definitely use milestone markers that is going to help you analyze the performance with version 1 and version 2, so on. So you can create benchmarks every time when you have a new version is getting released. And synthetic monitoring is also going to be a main feature where it can definitely help you to synthesize and check how your end users might feel when it gets deployed into the market. So this is just a glimpse of what you can get via a proper performance monitoring tool, starting with transaction, the entire database trace, and pinpointing the exact code line and the list of queries that are getting executed in each and every point, and the overall summary as well. So this is what I'm going to conclude with. So integrating the monitoring during the development phase itself is definitely going to help you in by definitely like avoiding the major failures or pain points that your user is going to face. So that's all. So again, finishing off with the two products that I started with. Applications Manager is the on-premise one and Site 24/7 is the on-demand one. The observability tool that I have talked so far is about these two. And we have all-in-one monitoring, starting with network infrastructure, your visualization components, cloud monitoring, all in one. We have everything in its place. So these are some awards and recognitions that we have received so far, and some of our valued customers in the market. And I would like to show just a glimpse of the tech stack that we are capable of monitoring. So we have almost 100 plus applications supported. Okay, so that's all. Thank you.
In the space of modern tech stack,
Yeah.
so like if you want to address one challenge, like when it comes to adopting observability, what it would, what it would be?
Like actually adopting observability itself is a challenge, I guess, because like even we have a development process, right? So we even being an observability tool, we have a development phase and we have a continuous issue fixing phase, and there is a continuous development cycle. But even in our development phase, adopting our tool or observability tools into our development phase in turn to improve the process is as such a difficult process, because we are in the market of 20 plus years, as I mentioned. So we have a legacy process being followed. So adopting the observability process itself is a challenge, in my view.